Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's session of the live counter review using technical analysis. So the flow for today will be the same as per previous sessions. So first up, I'll go through the US economic calendar. Then after that, I'll go through the indices, and some of the commodities, followed by sectors, which are the US tech, US banks, semicons, as well as EVs. Then last but not least, I'll talk about the counters you all have in the Q&A. Yeah, so I'll begin. So first for the US economic calendar, I think this week there's a lot of events coming up. So tonight, something to look out for will be the S&P Global Manufacturing PMI. That's at around 10:45. There's also ISM Manufacturing PMI at 11 p.m. Going to tomorrow, there's also the Atlanta Fed now. That's at 2 a.m. Then we also have this IBD TIPP economic optimism. That's at 11 p.m. Afterwards, when going to Wednesday, there's some FOMC speakers. There's also the ADP non-farm employment change at 9:15 p.m. as well as the S&P Global Composite PMI. That's at 10:45 p.m. Factory orders at 11 p.m. There's also ISM non-manufacturing PMI at 11 p.m. as well. Then the usual core inventories at 11:30. Thursday, we have page book 3 a.m. Usual jobless claims at 9:30 p.m. Okay, then afterwards, Friday it will be another important one, which is the some Fed members speaking again, but the important one will be the non-farm payrolls. That's at 9:30 p.m. Okay, then afterwards, still have some important stuff as well. The FOMC members will be talking. Fed Chair Powell will be speaking at 1:30 a.m. on Saturday. So there's another thing to look at as well. So overall, throughout the whole week, I would say quite a lot of important events taking place for this week. Yeah. Okay, next up, I'll go through the indices. So first, I'll look at Bitcoin. Okay. So last week there was a breakdown of the 92K support. After previously it held as a strong support. Currently, it reached about slightly below 80K. Then on yesterday, at late night we had sharp rebound because of what Trump said. So currently at this area, I would think there's still likely to be some resistance given that this was just a recent breakdown level. So and previously at this around 96K zone, price consolidated for a long time as well. So this is likely to be a support term resistance area for now as well. The wave back over here, 92 to 96K, about there should be some resistance for the time being. I think price might be trading in this downwards channel as well for the time being. So this might be the channel resistance as well. So I think price might pull back from this area. Then current supports, in terms of the near-term supports, could lie about 86 to 89K area. So in terms of the moving averages, MA is around the 5 and 10 MA again, if it does retest those levels. Yeah, so I think it looks like, on the bigger picture, it looks like a support breakdown, then now doing a retest over here for Bitcoin. Then next one, I'll move on to Dow Jones. So for Dow Jones, I think it's last Friday rebounding from a key support. So I have this trend line over here, which has acted as the support since October 2023, this blue color line. And Friday, there was a confluence of supports from this trend line as well as this previous range resistance level here. That's around 43.2K. So be able to rebound from this level, I think could come back out to retest this recent breakdown. So previously was in this descending triangle, 44K, 44 to about 44.5K, this area should be some resistance for the time being. So I think we can expect some retest over here. Then here it might face some resistance again. So that's for Dow Jones. Then next up for Nasdaq. Okay, for Nasdaq, I think overall we is trading in an uptrend channel in blue as well, but it haven't hit the channel support. So last week was just there was a break below like 19.2K this support level, and then just dipped towards this next support previous recent level around 18.5. Then there's some rebound. I think for this week, we might see a bit of a retest of this breakdown level recently around 19.2 to 19.5 over here should act as a short-term resistance. Then for support-wise, if it does go a bit lower, the next key support I would think is around 18K, which is this horizontal support level in the past, a psychological level as well, and the main uptrend channel support area. So 18K should be the next key support. So we might see a bit of a bounce and just consolidation from the with some near-term resistance given the breakdown recently. Then for S&P also something similar. S&P also rebounded from the key uptrend channel support over here, which helped price since October 2023. And yeah, so I would expect I think some rebound at the start of this week, but near-term resistance about 6,000 to about 6,050 area from the recent breakdowns. So you may see a bit of consolidation at this area thereafter. Yeah, then below like 5,850, the next key support I would think maybe this around 5,700 to 5,800 area over here. Yeah, so previously around 5,800, I think this was the mark where S&P was at before Trump won the election. So this is also like a level to take note as well back on 5th November. So that's it. That's for the indices. Generally, all hit some key support, so I would expect some rebound for the time being. Next one I'll talk about is gold. For gold, I think the uptrend overall still uptrend, but if we look at the short term, there's a bit of a dip in terms of momentum, as its price actually broke down this upward trendline support middle of last week, also below the 10 MA level, which it was the support line over here, and price slowly climb upwards, then it's a breakdown. So some short-term weakness, I would think price might do a bit of a slight pullback, given that it's also around the channel resistance recently as well, close to 3,000. So for now, some support I think will be around 2,790, which was like a previous swing high level, and now it's about 2,830 this area. So 2,790 to about 2,830 should be the near-term support area. In terms of resistance, I would think it's around 2,900 to about 2,930 area. So it might just do a bit of a sideways as it continues a bit of a pullback from the recent highs. Then next one is oil. So for WTI, I think overall it's still showing some weakness. So it's just you might be trading in this downtrend channel over here. Recently also broke below this 70.5 horizontal support level that is acting as a bit of resistance for now. So I would think this downtrend might actually continue. Next key support level would likely be around $67, which was this horizontal level in the past. Yeah, then some resistance will likely be above 70 to about 72.5 this area over here for now. So I would expect price to continue a bit of a weakness for the short term. In terms of VIX, I think VIX is still very much range bound. I think for VIX, we're still seeing since December or last year, it just kept between 15 to 22 for the time being. So it's still this range. As long as the VIX doesn't close above 22, then I think we are still likely to keep within this pattern. So currently at the resistance, so I think VIX will come off a bit from these levels revert back within the range itself. So I think indices might bounce a bit from the current levels. Then some short-term support will be around 17, then 15 will be the lower end of the range support. So that's for VIX. However, if it happens to break above 22 for whatever some reason that happened in the market, then the next key resistance will be around 28 over here for the VIX. Then last one I'll talk about is copper. Copper, I think nothing much recently. Still resistance above like 4.7 over here. Then support will likely come from a breakout level around 4.45. So we're just trading a bit sideways for the time being. Yeah. Then next one I'll talk about is the big tech stocks. So first I'll start with Meta. Yeah, Meta ended the win streak over here, I think, close to 2 weeks back. Recently just pulled back a bit of a sideways currently. So I would think for now we might see still some consolidation take place. Support for now, as of now, there's a bit of a like double bottom being from around 640. Okay, then next support level downwards would be around 630 this area. So this will be quite a good support from this ascending triangle breakout previously. In terms of resistance wise, for now, it might come from like the around the 10-day MA, this red line. Also this swing high around 688 recently. So 688 to about 700, this area will likely be some resistance. So I would expect price to do a bit of a sideways kind of action for the time being as it just consolidates from this recent pullback from the highs. The next one, I'll talk about is Amazon. Yeah, so for Amazon, I think looks like there's a break of the uptrend channel it was trading in over here. Then also price book below this 220 support level as well. So coming back down to test this support at 206, 207. Currently it's still holding. So I think over here for now, as long as this level can hold, it's likely to do a bit of a range consolidation as well. Then below 207, next key support area will be around 195 to 200 over here for Amazon. And then focusing on now, the can see price is being resisted from the 5 and 10-day MA. So this will likely be a resistance 220 as well as 224, 225 about there. So if it does retest the channel breakdown again, then that will be the resistance. Yeah. So I think for now, maybe still likely to do a bit of a sideways. I think the price action is a bit similar to same as Meta. There's a pullback and then price started to move sideways. So you might see a bit of a sideways consolidation for the time being for Amazon. If it does, then 220 to 225 is short-term resistance. If it does retest the breakdown. Okay, next one I'll move on to Apple. So Apple is over here. I would think that this one is a very sideways pattern, but it's something good is that it's forming higher swing lows along the way. So the key resistance will remain at 247. Price was moving sideways over here, but unable to break through and then just lost a bit of momentum as it just traded below the 510 MA. Then but however on Friday it retested this tight range consolidation back in the past. 233, this resistance, make sure as support, and then we have a hammer candle over here, which is a long lower wick. So this is quite good. I think the buyers are still I think the buyers are still in control over here with the higher swing lows and the lower wick on Friday. So I think we might see a test of the 247 resistance again. Higher swing lows along the way, then see whether they can test the resistance again. Then let's see whether it might do a higher low around 240 about that. So I think I'm still positive on Apple. Just looks like a bit of a consolidation for the time being, but with the higher lows, it looks kind of positive. Then if you can break above 248 someday, I think it could challenge this swing high around 260 back then over here. So yeah. Next one I'll talk about is Netflix. So Netflix, this one, a very range bound kind of stock. Price reverted back all the way back to this original range where it couldn't hold a higher high setup. Then you can see revert back. This one also like the price also like a bit similar to Meta, Amazon just now. Price is finding support currently around 956, this range level, a bit of down bottom. So you might see a bit of bounce, but I would expect resistance will come in around 1000 and above. Where the 1020 MA are currently, as well as the over here, this was a resistance, then previously breakout, retest over here before moving higher. So this is a key level, 1000, and then I think come back to here will be some resistance again. So I think price will still hold your resistance over there and do a bit of a consolidation for the time being. Yeah, as long as price doesn't break below 955, then I think should be still okay for now. Still just consolidation. Yeah. Then next one is Google. So Google, I think is still a bit weak. This one a bit similar to like Amazon, which is a bit weaker than the rest. So Google, this one, it filled the gap over here, but I think very fast, it couldn't sustain, just like continue to have a very momentum downwards. So some of the next support level, one support level he has tested for now is 168, which was this level in the past over here. The next level downwards, I think maybe closer to 160, about there. Yeah, so for now, I think need to see for it to have some bounce, right? I think I would want to see whether price can start to close above the 5 MA. Since currently it's still acting as a resistance, then I think we could see some slight bounce. Yeah, but for now, it remains one of the weaker ones amongst the tech names. Then for Google, I would think a support level will probably be around closer to 160, 162. So previously there was this trend line support drew here over in the past. I think price should be able to find some support if it does test this level. Confirm the horizontal support. Yeah, so for alphabet still with weakness, I think what I want to see is price to close above 5 day. We might see a bit of a bounce. Short-term resistance might come around, I think 176 to about 178 over here. Yeah, where the 10 MA is. Yeah, so that's for Google. Then next one, Microsoft. So Microsoft will be the last one for this sector. Microsoft also quite weak, but I think it has tested a key support level. So this is around 385 over here. This level is rebounded. August also rebound from this level. So over here, I will expect a bit of bounce from here. But the short-term trend is still not looking great, especially after the breakdown of this blue colors trendline support. Then there was a retest over here, trying to resistance and price pull back further. So for now, I pull out the moving averages. Yeah, for now, I think that 10-20 level area over here around 405 to about 408 will likely be the resistance, quite a strong one, I would say. With the moving average resistance as well as this horizontal breakdown recently. So I will expect some slight bounce, but resistance will come in fairly quick from this breakdown. Since overall it's still quite weak. Yeah, so maybe a bit of bounce, but with resistance in the near term, then we might revert back down again if it does after the bounce. Yeah, so I think overall maybe I just flash out this Magnificent 7 ETF as well. So I think this one is quite a good tracker if you are looking at Magnificent, how the Mag 7 sector is doing in general. So recently we can see the weakness, there was a breakdown in terms of the descending triangle over here, but currently it's hitting a bit of a support here. So I will expect some rebound, but I will still expect some resistance in the near term with the recent breakdown. So I would just think just a bounce, but resistance still like for the Mag 7. So yeah, for the Mag 7, some counters are a bit stronger. I would say maybe look at like Meta is still okay. Apple also I think still was stronger. The weaker ones maybe like Amazon, Google, Microsoft. Those are a bit weaker than the rest. Yeah, so in terms of the relative strength, there's still some difference among the different names. Okay, I'll move on to the banking sector. So next one is XLF. So XLF is the wider financial fund. So for this one, I think despite the market volatility recently, this one still held up pretty well. You can see it's just still building on a bit of a bull flag kind of pattern over here. Price is finding support around $50 and just building up. And then today, as of now, pre-market is opening higher. So hopefully it can break out successfully of this consolidation now. And I think we could see the financial sector trade higher. So in terms of the ETF, uptrend hasn't changed, still intact, a bit of a consolidation for the market. See some volatility recently. I think there's still some strength within the sector itself. So I would still expect this XLF to actually make higher highs. So maybe I just pull out the price. What's the height of the current range? Then maybe you can see a bit of expected. So our expect price maybe hit like 54. We just follow the TA projected levels. So I'm still positive on the financial sector. Next one I'll pull out is JP Morgan. So JP Morgan a bit of a pullback recently, but retesting some of the previous resistance levels, 252, and then price actually closed above the 5-day MA on Friday. So I will expect some rebound to take place. From now, short-term resistance could lie close to the twin, which is the also horizontal breakdown at 270. That will be the short-term resistance. 270, then afterwards see whether you can challenge 278 again. Yeah, but for now, I think good thing is that when price broke below this 260 swing low, went to test 252 and then afterwards recover within 2 days back above this breakdown. So I think that's a good sign that I think price could do a bit of a bounce from now on. Next one I'll talk about is Bank of America. So Bank of America, yeah, this one doing a bit of a rebound, but from this breakdown level, I would think it could still face some resistance because this was a previous consolidation over here, and then price actually broke down. So maybe still some resistance from like 46.5 this area over here. Then let's see whether price can start to form a higher low. Then maybe you can try to move back up again. But for now, this one looking a bit weaker than some of the rest for Bank of America. Then next one I'll talk about is Wells Fargo. For Wells Fargo, this one still holding up pretty well. So this one is you can see around 77 period resistance. This held as support bounce. Recently there was a bit of a breakdown, but price managed to recover back up on Friday. So I think that this one still looks like a bit of range consolidation between 77 to 81. I would think price can do continue to rebound. If it can break through like this $79 at the 20-day MA, I think we could see maybe price go back up towards the 81 again. Short-term wise, might still see a bit of consolidation, but if you can break through 81 in the future, then I think it will continue the uptrend upwards. And last but not least, I'll talk about Citigroup. So for Citigroup, I think this one also you can see is a range consolidation. Price is still holding support 77 about there, so that's still good. If price can continue to hold above the 5 ME for now, then I would think price can challenge the recent resistance around 83 to 84 over here again. As it continues, still be of a range consolidation, but good thing is that it's still holding the support. So in general, for the financial, I think most are in a bit of a sideways range. Then I will expect price to continue the rebound from the current levels. In terms of the general sector, the XLF, they one still looking good as well. So I would think financial sector still could still be okay. The next one I'll talk about is the semicon sector. So first one I'll start off with the Philadelphia Semicon Index. So this one also had published a report on it. So I'm mainly looking for a longer term view. I'm more bearish on it because of like I feel like there was a breakdown recently. So for Philadelphia Semicon Index, this one has been consolidating in this ascending triangle formation recently. So what I didn't like was that there was a breakdown of the trend line. And then you can see some of the recent weakness where this 50,5050 level is a key level where price sideways move upwards. But when it came back down, it couldn't hold as support. And then another thing is that on Friday, there was another next key support level around 4850 over here. There was also a breakdown. So I do still see weakness in the short term for the Philadelphia Semicon Index. I think if there's a break, if this week we see a break below the lows of last week, then we might continue to see maybe some drawdowns in the semicon. Yeah, next key support might be closer to about this 4,003 to 4,500 area over here for the stocks index. Okay, next one I'll talk about some semicon names. First up, starting off with the market leader NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, after the earnings, there was a gap up, but then sell off. The Friday open low, but goes higher. So this one, I would think the important line might be this blue line over here, the uptrend support line, which has helped price previously and all the dips in the past. So last time DeepSeek also, the gap down in January also managed to hold price over here. So over here now it's still holding as well. So I will still expect some bounce, a bit of a bounce from the current level. But resistance at I think 130 should be 130 to 135 for now should be quite a strong resistance because this is a place where price was traded very often. There's support and resistance a lot of times at this level. Then it might be trading within this downtrend channel itself also currently. So lower highs and lower lows trend. So I will expect some reason over here. Yeah, for NVIDIA. Then for now uptrend, overall long-term uptrend is still intact. But I would think that if there's a close below this trendline support coupled with a breakdown below this like double bottom of 170, 118, right? Then I think that might warrant more caution. So that's something that I'm looking out for NVIDIA's chart as well. So I think for now, likely do a bit of a bounce from the current levels, but resistance from 130 to 135, that's my take. Next one I'll talk about is AMD. So AMD, this one is just very weak now. Continue the weakness. For now, let me just continue the chart. Yeah, so it's so weak that I think I need to extend the downtrend channel. So for now, we have resistance at the channel 114 and pull back break below recent swing low 107. Currently 99 is a support level, if I'm not wrong, based on the previous level. Yeah, previously there were some levels over here, 99. And just put in some of the lower levels. Around 94, the next support level is probably around 94. Yeah, 94 and 88 for AMD. And so I think for now, nothing too much to comment. I think it's just overall just a very quite weak hours, and price is also below the 5 MA. So if it remains below that, I think we might still see some further pullback. If it does break below 99. So currently it's a bit of a support. We might see a bit of a slight bounce, but overall trend is still weak. Then I will expect resistance 103, 105 this area over here. Yeah, so that's for AMD. Next one, TSM also, I think TSM also looking quite weak. So TSM just this one 192, this support level was unable to hold. There was a bit of a bounce. There was a bit of bounce last week from here, but it gave way relatively quickly on Thursday. So back to also below this 183 level. So back close to 175. So once it went all the way back to around this 175 previous recent level. So over here we might see a bit of a bounce, but I think overall trend remains still weak from this downwards trend line resistance. And also some of the resistance might come from I think 188 to 192, this area where the moving averages might come into, and also the recent breakdowns of this support now likely to turn resistance. So might be of a bounce, but I think the trend is still downwards for now. Yeah, then below 175, next support level to look at will be around 165, about there for TSM. Yeah. So next one I'll talk about is ASML. Okay, for ASML, this one I think previously I mentioned I think 720 was a key level to look at. It was holding previously okay over here in start of February, but then it looks like a breakdown of this pattern, breakdown of this level on last Thursday. And also previously price still kept resistance around 700. So I think for now we might see this 720s to 740 area turn into a bit of resistance, given that price was trading in a consolidation previously. Yeah, so you might see some return from here. Then I think price next support level it could test is the recent lows around 685, around there, then so as 650s. Over here, as long as if price can continue to hold below 720 this level, I think there might be some weakness to test some of the lower levels for ASM. Yeah. Then for next one is Marvell. Yeah, so for Marvell, this one also witness since the breakdown of 104 level, price filled this tested this period resistance, also filled a gap at 95, but there was no bounce and it just came back down. So all the way down to test this area close to 85. Yeah, so there might be some slight bounce, but I think the overall trend is still weak. 10 like 98 to 100, this area should be some resistance for now, given that it's the recent breakdown points. Yeah. So yeah, I think there might be some bounce, but continue face resistance. Then next level of support will likely be around 79 this level here for Marvel. Then next one for Micron. Yeah, Micron, this one generally a bit range, but lower highs generally along the way. Back then this one 90 still back below 96 again. So we might see price just continue sideways. Some support recent likely still hold around 88 to 90 this area where consolidated in. So I think nothing too much I think to expect from it. Like maybe sounds a bit of a range bound for now. 88 to 90 will likely hold the price, then resistance will come about 90, 98, 100 this area. Okay, I'll talk about two more before I move on to the next sector. Next one is Broadcom. So Broadcom, this one Also you can see weakness recently. Price tested this swing 196. So I think we might see a bit of slight rebound, given that first is the first time they did a retest of this swing low. Then resistance will likely come from the recent levels like 210 to 220 this area. It means the MME as well as the recent breakdown levels. So this one also slowly trending downward, starting to form the lower low over here as well as a series of lower highs along the way. Then if it does break below 196, then the next key level to look at will be closer to 185, where there's also the empty gap where price will come back down to fill. That's for Broadcom. And then there's also possibilities upward trendline support as well. So a good support over here might be around 185, I feel, if it comes back down. Given the confluence of supports. The next one, okay, last counter I'll talk about for semicons is Intel. Okay, Intel, this one, I think this one is like a bit stronger than the rest. You can see previously all the rest pulled back quite a lot. This one, there was a bit of a pullback, definitely, but price is just holding a bit higher, still above these previous recent. And today there's also pre-market. I think there was some news that caused a bit of gap up. So I think price, there's a chance that price I think would still come back to retest the recent highs around 27 about there. As long as this swing low doesn't break. So I'm just assuming that since the breakout of this range between 19 to 22, right? This is considered like a higher low at 23. Then with this gap up, hopefully let's see whether price can come back to test 27. Then above 27, there's also this price gap at around 29 to 30. That's the next resistance zone. So that's for Intel. Looking a bit stronger than the rest, see whether it can see whether the price can go back up. Okay, last I'll talk about before I move on to the Q&A that you all have is EV. So EV, for first one, look at Tesla. Tesla, yeah, very weak recently. Then it's coming close to some key support, I feel. So very key will likely be this upward trendline support over here, around 260 about there, which is confirmed with this resistance, horizontal resistance in the past. So if it does come out to 260, I think that will be quite a good support that will hold the price. In terms of the short-term levels, currently still below 5 MA. So I think this one price still need to try to get back and close above the 5 MA, then we might see some bounce in the coming days. So that awaits, I think you'll see how it does tonight. Then short-term resistance will likely come from, I think, 315 to maybe like 326, this swing low, as well as 326 was this swing low support, then there was a breakdown. So this will likely be the resistance in short term. Yeah, overall trend is still weak, but nearing some key support. So I think not likely to drop a lot more. Yeah, I think 260 would likely hold this price for the time being. The next one is XPeng. Okay, for XPeng, I think this one is quite strong. This one range consolidation, then after embark and then uptrend over here. Price is recently increased volume as well, and price is holding above the 5 MA. So I think this one's still looking good. As long as it can still hold above this breakout level, around 19.3 and also trading above 10 MA, I think there's still some good momentum. It could see the price move a bit higher. So next key resistance, I would think, might come on this swing high around 23.6, and then next level of resistance around close to 26 about there. So this for XPeng. Then for NIO. Okay, for NIO, this one this one just a bit still disappointing, just consolidating the range 4.9, which is still a bit of resistance or high volume. So and then price came down. So I think we might still see price revert in a bit of a range sideways. 4.3 some likely still hold a bit of support from the recent range consolidation. So I think we might just trade sideways. Then last one is Rivian. Yeah, so for Rivian, this one I think after a bit of bounce, continue on the weakness with the breakdown of the support 12.4 about there. So we might still see price go a bit lower. This key support level maybe like 11 as well as 10.1 about there. So these two levels in the past, then resistance might come around these MAs as well as like around 12.8. This was a horizontal level, so here around here. Yeah, so I think okay, I spent a lot of time talking about all these sectors already. I'll move on to the questions you have. Okay, hi BY, your counters are Snowflake, SMCI, and Berkshire. Okay, first up, Snowflake. So for Snowflake, this one I was looking at it also. I thought this was like a bit of a interesting cup over here, and price was trending upwards gradually over here. And there was a breakdown. Came after the results, there was a gap up back towards here, then just came back down again. So quite choppy for now. I would think for now it looks like from what it looks over here, it looks like a bit of a consolidation. Still some resistance above 187 this level. So for now, short term wise, need to see price hold above 5 MA as well as this horizontal level at 170. Then I think for now might be a bit of consolidation as well. Yeah, just moving aside bit sideways. For price to gain some strength, I think we need to really see price goes above 187 over here. Then it might really try to break out this resistance. Yeah, but for now, I think price might be just trading sideways. 181 might be some resistance also. Okay, this one is SMCI. SMCI, this one, yeah, this one couldn't hold the breakout of this downtrend channel breakout over here. So retest over here, then after the news came out, gap up, but then we can see the sellers are very strong. They're selling on the gap ups. And then every day is the closing is below the opening. So and then also it's also currently below 48, this previous swing high level. So 40 is a very important level, I feel, because this is a key resistance in the past over here. This I think if it stays above 48, then I think the stock could go upwards. But if it's consistently below that, I think it will come back down. So below for now, it's also below the 5 MA, 10 MA as well. So I would think price might still face resistance above 48. Support that could hold the price for now is around like 36 to 37, this area, where there was a consolidation over here. So I think for now, maybe a bit of a sideways could take place for SMCI for now. Yeah. Then for Berkshire, I think this one is one of the stronger counters out there now. Yeah, for Berkshire, very nice. It was so there was a very huge consolidation before 440s to about 490, and then recently there was a breakout. Consider this a bit of retest, then consider and breakout on lower volume, then the volume picked up again. So I think this one can still likely go higher. If I'm not wrong, it's also like the all-time highs. Yeah, so this one just very nice. I think uptrend extension, and I think yeah could still move higher from after this very long period of risk consolidation, and there was a breakout. So I would still think yeah price could go higher, and as long as trends above the 5 and 10 MA. Okay, next one is TLT, Celsius, and Pepsi. Okay, for TLT, this one I think it could still move higher. It's trending upwards gradually over here. Since breaking out a combi of consolidation resistance at $90. And next key resistance will likely be around this level, around 94. 94, the next one is 96. Yeah, so I think we'll still move a bit higher in the near term to try and test this resistance. Then I think this one is trading a 7 to 10 year bond, right? I think to look at it will be the inverse of the 10-year yield. So 10-year yield, this one, currently what I see is that for US 10-year, it's currently at touching this support around 4.2. This 4.2 will likely be, I think it will be support for now. So I'm expecting a bit of rebound from this level. Resistance for like 4.4 to 4.5 this year. So if the yield, I think it's rebounding, I think I think if the yields could do a bit of rebound, then the bond might do a bit of short term. Yeah, but I think overall still it's still trending upwards as long as it's above like $90 over here. This breakout. Okay, then next one is Celsius. Okay, Celsius, this one was very interesting. It was previously mentioned, but a series of gaps took place. Then was just sold on the strength. Then yeah, for now it's back at this $25 support level. So I think you need to see whether price can start to form a bit of sideways over here. Volume has definitely came back down. So yeah, I need to see price about whether it can form a sideways, but I would think resistance still lie around 28 onwards, given the recent pace of the fall. Yeah, so maybe a bit of a sideways. Then however, if it does break below recent swing low, we might still see some respect towards this gap area around 23 about that. Yeah, that's for Celsius. Okay, next one is Pepsi. So for Pepsi, I think this one, to me, it looks like a double bottom for now, like 143 over here, and resistance at 156. Yeah, so this one is like a bit of a double bottom range. If you can break out it's 156, 157, I think there could still be some upside to maybe test like 160 to 163, this mixed resistance. Yeah, but for now, I think for now it looks like we might do a bit of a consolidation first. So you can, as long as you can form a higher low range or build up over here, then I think we might be positive. Yeah, that's for Pepsi. It's also still above the 10 MA as well. So you might just sideways a bit, then see whether it can form up, continue to build a higher low. Then if it attempts the resistance again, I think it might try to break out. Yeah, since the consumer defensives, I think the sector has also been showing some relative strength compared to the market recently. The next one is MSI Motorola Solutions. So for this one, I think I'm expecting a bit of a rebound from now because the price was tested this support level 430. There was a try to break down, but then there was a quick recovery back upwards. Okay. So this one also above 5 and 10 MA for now. So I'm expecting some rebound to take place to test the breakdown level around like 450s over here. So I expect this 452 452 level to turn from support to become resistance. Yeah, overall, since looks like a bit of a trend reversal taking place. So it's like a bit like a head and shoulders you see over here, the shoulder, left shoulder, the head, right shoulder. So maybe this might be a retest of it might be doing a retest of the breakdown for now. Okay, next one is SMH. Yeah, so for SMH, this one similar to the stocks I mentioned earlier. So this one looks like a bit of weakness. So if you're looking at it, the range consolidation, there was a breakdown over here. So as long as if price cannot hold above 239 consistently, then I think that we might be seeing some downside, given there's also a breakdown below like 250 over here as well when there was a breakup over here, but then price came back down relatively fast. So some weakness. Yeah, so for this, if 239 cannot hold, then if we cannot get back over 239, then I think I'm expecting more weakness for this, maybe back to the supports around 213 over here. Okay, then next one is on, okay, Intel covered just now. Move on to the others. United Health, SoFi, Palantir, Adobe. Okay, for United Health, this one I think is trying to move upwards from this support region 430s. Then at this level, this area 476, there's some resistance. So I think it's doing a bit of sideways. Yeah, 10 MA might still come down a bit to exhibit resistance, but if you can try to break upwards, then I think the next resistance level it could challenge is around 500 over here, this breakdown level. Yeah, so for now, I think what I want to see is whether I can hold a bit of a range over here. Try to maintain this 460s support over here, then whether it can try to break outwards afterward. Break outwards of this resistance at 475 or not. The next case is SoFi. Okay, for SoFi, I think this one is still looks a bit of a range consolidation. But there's a bit of a weakness when price broke down below this 14.8, but this support area over here like 13 point 13.5, 13.7 still holding price. So over here still a bit of rebound. I think some of this level, the low still can hold. We might see a bit of rebound, but resistance I think will come around close to like 15 and above 15 to about 15.5 over here, this region. Yeah, so this one just very range bound for now. Then as long as price doesn't break below this 13.70 swing low, then I think yeah, this is a key level. Then I think it should be still quite range bound for the time. Next one is Palantir. So for Palantir, this one I think we might see a bit of a rebound. So the sharp sell off over here has actually retested previous um this previous range consolidation resistance level. That's around 82, 83. So fill the gap, and I think for now, if price can start to get back above the 5 MA, we might see we are likely to see a bit of a slight bounce in the short term. I think resistance will lie around 93 to 100 day zone over here. Then also 10 MA might come down to serve as a bit of resistance. Yeah, so maybe some slight bounce from the current support for Palantir. Then next one is Adobe. Yeah, for Adobe, this one not so great because price was previously was the price action was quite good. There was a recovery back above 430, then a higher low being formed, break up above 450. Price consolidated, but there was a breakdown recently. Then back to test this about 430. I think we might see a bit of a slight bounce since this was some support back then. But I would still expect price to remain below 450. This area will still be some resistance for now since we breached the trend of higher highs and higher lows over here. So maybe some bounce. Then if it breaks 430 again, then we might see some weakness downwards. Yeah, since overall it's been in a bit of a downtrend. Then for now it's short-term sideways consolidation. Okay, then next one is on the Ethereum and XRP. I think yeah, after the crypto reserve things. So next Ethereum, let me just see. Ethereum. Okay, for my Ethereum chart is quite complicated. But I think I have this very key trend line. I'm looking at this blue color trend line. I see that since the crash in 2022, the bear market has been holding the price over here a lot of times. So this is quite important. And support over here is also this horizontal level that comes around 2170 about that. So yeah, there's a bit of a bounce from this level, but overall I think the trend is still quite weak. There's likely to be trendline resistance over here, and then there was a breakdown of the range recently. So 2600 over here, this region will likely be quite a resistance. Then I'm expecting price will come back down again. Yeah, and if it cannot break above this trend line as well as this range resistance lah. Yeah, so for now it might be a real range consolidation, but if it breaks below 2000 this 2100 level, right, then we might see some the downtrend continue. Since I think this is an important trend line support. And for XRP, I didn't really look at it, but I think I can see it in the chart. For XRP, this one looks like a bit of I feel first glance it looks a bit like a head and shoulders. Over here, you have this left shoulder, the head, and might be a right shoulder. Very key $2 psychological as well as neckline support. Then yeah, there was a range consolidation back then previously, then the breakdown. So this area like $2.80 to $3 would be a short-term resistance that is retesting currently. Whereas for now, I expect price is a bit pulling back from this level. Then some short-term support will be around like 250 over here. There's a few weeks over here. So might be maybe a bit of a range consolidation now over here for the time being. Yeah, for XRP, that's my tip. Okay. Next one is Enphase Lam Research, Lockheed Martin.com. Okay, for Enphase, yeah, this one not looking good. I think so. Overall, has been a downtrend, then transition into range consolidation. But Recently you can see the weakness when it broke down below $60 over here after it acted as a key support. Then also lower high uh, resistance coming from previous support area. So this one breakdown I will expect on high volume as well. So I think I would expect the downtrend to continue for and face next key support maybe like 52. I think I had a line over there. Maybe I just pull back the historical data. 52, yeah, 52 might be a support over here next. Then followed by, I think maybe closer to 45, yeah, for end phase. The next one, Lum Research. Okay, for Lum Research, I think this one similar to ASML in terms of the chart. Previously, I mentioned 79 is a key level over here. It has been, what I liked previously was that it has been holding well over here. Then also was above 86 previously, but there was a breakdown, then price slice through this support. So now the setup is invalidated. Then now here above $80 or 84 over here, I think will be a resistance. Now short-term support will likely come from the recent dips, the swing lows over here around 74, 75. So maybe price could still hold over here, do a bit of a bounce, but I think for now the chart has turned a bit weak for the time being. So maybe could do a consolidation back like previously over here at the lower levels. Okay, next one is Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin, their price has been pulling back downwards, but I think we might see a bit of a recovery. So it has hit some support levels back in the past around the 420s. Then I think it's a bit of a looks like a bit of a capitulation over here, where increased volume. I think a lot of the selling has been done. Then we had a V-shaped rebound. So although V-shaped rebound volume has decreased, that's a good sign. Then a higher low and consolidating at the previous level. So we have some resistance around 450. I think if you can get above 450, then we might see some further bounce to like 460 as well as like 475 over here. Then for the moving averages, yeah, also currently is trading above the short-term MAs as well. So a bit of a recent positive signs as compared to previously. So maybe a bit of a slight bounce might take place as long as it holds the recent consolidation higher low form over here. Okay, next one is Surf Robotics. Then next one is then Silo. Surf Robotic. Yeah, this one just after the news that NVIDIA sold it, I think then just kept down and continued on the weakness over here. And so I will expect price to actually just come back slowly to test some of the support levels in the past in this support area. Like previously, like around here, around $8 over 840, there's some support. So price might do a bit of rebound from this level. So maybe for now a bit of consolidation, I guess. Resistance will come from maybe like 980 to about $11 about it. And below 8, the next support level around 6, closer to about 630, 660 about it. So this one just there's some weakness where price is just trending downwards slowly. Then for Silo Tech, this one is another, I think, not much volume. I think it's very low volume. So yeah, not sure whether TA is really very effective for this, but 4.4 was a key resistance. Then price did a consolidation over here, but looks like a bit of a breakdown recently. So with that, we might see a bit of continuation of weakness where this time to form support to resistance. Then it might come back down to like this old area between like 3 to 3.5 again. Yeah. But this counter is very low volume. So I think I'm not sure whether it's really that effective to look at it. But yeah, that's my best guess. Next one is Teladoc. So Teladoc, there's a weakness over here. So the gap down, price is back. I think that was after results. Then price was back at this price is currently back at this support region. So previously like 8.3 to about $9 over here is quite a strong support area. So I think price will still likely hold at this region. So if it does come back down over here, it likely will be a bounce. Then short-term resistance will likely be around 10.6 to 11.5 this area over here. So I will expect like a bit of a downtrend also, just bounce and lower high, then come back down to the key support area again. And given the recent the change in the momentum. And for GameStop, for GameStop, this one yeah, this one just slowly drifting down, a bit of a lower high, lower low, taking place very slowly. Then currently some is just holding up a bit like a double bottom for now, around 24.4 previous resistance, now holding as support. Over here, let's see whether it can bounce. But I would think the bounce will be quite small as well, continuing on the downtrend. So resistance might come from like 26 about there, which was this key area where the price broke down also. So maybe trading sideways around here 24 to 26. Then next level of support, if it does break below 24, will likely be around like 22-ish over here for this resistance. Okay, next one is DRIV and CLOU. For DRIV, okay, DRIV, this one very range bound, looks like it. When come the support zone 22 to about 22 to 23 area over here. So come back down the lows. I think we might see, if the range continues, you might just see a bit of a rebound since it's quite near the range support. Yeah, then resistance might come from the top end of the range. It does go back up like 23.7 to 24.3 about it. Yeah, still looks like a very prolonged range trading for this counter. Then for CLOU, it's okay, for you to mention just now, the DIV is the autonomous vehicle ETF. For CLOU is the cloud computing ETF. So for cloud computing ETF, it looks like a range as well for now between 23.5 to 26. So for now, it looks like I think for now it's the first test of this support. I will expect price to bounce on this level. Short-term resistance will likely come at around like 24 to 24.7 over here. So I'm expecting some rebound, but resistance might be lower high given the breakdown recently. Yeah. Then for this, if the for the range to actually continue and the recent uptrend since August to continue, I think the key will be that this 23 needs to continue to hold on, so as to not break the range structure. Okay, next one is on Robinhood. So for Robinhood, I think this one overall uptrend counter price has pulled back recently towards uptrend support line over here. So this has continued to hold the price and some previous resistance in the past over here at $40+. So price there's a gap up today. I think we might see some rebound. We might see some rebound for the short term for Robinhood, where price is resistance might come around 55 to 57 for now, 55 to 57, then next one is 61. So maybe some rebound, then consolidation if it meets some resistance at these levels. Next one is Block, PayPal, Marvel, ServiceNow. So for Block, and this one was previously in the range, then after the result, this sell down, then come back to this range around 60 to 62. So this might be there's some support over here. So about there, so price might do be a consolidation. I think with this 60 to 62, still likely hold the price for a while. Yeah, then short-term resistance is above 69. So yeah, maybe a bit of a consolidation now. Resistance might come 69, then like 73, 74 about there. Yeah. If it does retest around the 10 MA, there might be a bit of resistance as well. Next one is on PayPal. So for PayPal, there's also a bit of a breakdown, I think, after the results previously. So it was range consolidation, very nice upward move, range consolidation, but after results, the trend has changed. Then currently, I think the support level for now is around 68. So 68 was this resistance, then there's a back test, then price move upward. So this is a key level, I think, that will hold the price 68. Um, in terms of resistance, for now, I think 75 to 77, this area where the price was, there was a bit of consolidation over here before it broke down further. So I think this will be the short-term resistance. So the 10 and 20 DMAs are also around there as well. So price might do a bit of a consolidation around here. Since 68 is quite not very far away from the current price now. Okay, then Marvel went through just now, then I'll talk service now. Okay, for service now, yeah, this one tested some support level over here, 900. A bit of rebound, but overall still downtrend since the breakdown of this range consolidation over here. Then resistance will be, for now, still around 950, around this recent swing bounce, 953 around there, also 10 MA. So we might see a bit of consolidation first. Then if we can break above 953, then we might see like 976, 977. Yeah. Then however the reverse, if it does break down 900, then we'll expect the trend to actually continue downwards to the next support around 860 around. So this one, for now, maybe a bit of consolidation, but we need to see which side whether it decides to continue to break up or downwards. Next question, indices rebound short or long period? Okay, for indices, I'll just take the S&P as an example. I think for now, since we are still in a bull market, I think I will still be biased more towards the long side until there's a break unless there's a break of the trend. So previously over here, October 2023, even the August, the bank carry trade that time, it also rebounded from this level back over here. Also, this is the support as well. So doing the rebound. Also, I think if you look at some of the indicator, the market is in extreme fear right now. So I will still think it's a rebound. Then for short or long period, it really depends. I think Trump is creating a lot of uncertainty, so I can't really tell also. And for me, I would think for now still rebound. Then unless there's a break below the channel's support of 5860, as well as a break below like the price level of when before Trump got elected. So this is around 5,700s. Then I think the trend might change. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for as well. Also, I was also looking at the monthly chart recently for S&P. So over here we're still above the 5 and 10 MA, so that's still safe. The bull market is still intact. But for example, like if 2022 over here, when the trend changed, right, what I noticed is that price closed below the 10 MA over here, and we had a drawdown over here. So that would be something that to look out for like, if it does happen. But for now, I think I would say in the short term, since that I think everything now in the market is moving in the more of the short term, then we're still in a bit of rebound for now. Yeah. Next one, GE Healthcare, Carrier Global, and GE. So for GE Healthcare, I think looks like the trend might have changed over here. So previously it did a double top 94, then the high low streak has ended with a breakdown of this $90 level. So at the high volume sell down recently as well. I think it's currently below the MAs also. So a bit of a support around at 86 from this level. There might be a bit of bounce, but I'm expecting lower highs to be formed. 89, 91, this area will be turning to resistance, I think. So we might see a downtrend might take place in the short term. So this will be resistance. Then if price break below 86, then it might test next lower support at 83 over here. Yeah, so that's my take for GE Healthcare. For Carrier Global, let's take a look at it. Carrier Global for now, sideways. Key support for now recently was at this 63, then previously 61 is the key support. So this is a key 61 to 63 is key support area. Then resistance will be around 67 as well as a bit higher will be 70. So I think this one is quite bit of range one for now. But the downtrend is still intact as 68 over here, previous support to resistance. So it might be trading between like 63 to 68 for time being. Unless you can break above 68, then 70 will also be resistance. So just some sideways consolidation. I think the movement I think wouldn't be very big because there's quite a lot of levels on top of each other. 68, then 70, then support wise it's 63, then 61. Next one is GE Aerospace. Okay, for GE Aerospace, this one I think despite the more volatility, the trend is this one still maintaining the trend, so that's good to see. 195 over here, it tested the support is still holding. So this is a very key support that cannot break. We want to see the price try to go higher. So this one still range bound, but let's see. I think here 210 might still be 211 might still be a bit of resistance. But overall still okay. It looks like a bit of range consolidation. Then we see whether it can start to form a bit higher low, then try to break outwards. Yeah, so this one overall uptrend, range consolidation recently. So yeah, just still just moving sideways a bit for now. Next one is Salesforce, Moderna, and Novo Nordisk. Okay, for Salesforce, I think this one, there's a change in the trend. So this one 3 over 16, I feel this is head and shoulders lah. So this one, the left shoulder hit and the right shoulder over here, neckline at 316. After the result, there was a sell down also. So over here, a bit of a support. I think we'll still hold 293. This very resistance, I was holding a bit of support. We might see a bit of a bounce. Resistance for now probably around 311 to 315 over here lah. Will be resistance. I'm expecting the lower high trend to actually continue over here. So yeah, there might be a bit of a bounce, but if it breaks below 292, then we might see price go lower towards like 280, 282 about there, 280 to 282. Yeah, that's for Salesforce. The next one is Moderna. Moderna, yeah, overall this one downtrend. Nothing has changed, I think, for this. The support wise might come around 28, mid 28s lah, if it follows this trend line again. Resistance will be the breakdown recently around 32 to 36, this area now. So I think nothing much, just still trending downwards on its own. Yeah. Then for Novo Nordisk, okay, for Novo Nordisk, this one I think is a range, but looks like it's trying to hold about the resistance. So 89 breakout 89 resistance. Hopefully it can hold for a bit of a rebound over here. Yeah, but overall still downtrend, so I'm expecting still lower highs to form. Next resistance probably around 96. 96 for the previous support. Now could have a bit resistance. Then around 100 to 103, a psychological area, there's also resistance as well. So I think this one's still okay as long as it's hold above this breakout at 89 about there. Yeah, since there's a bit of like a double bottom previously at 78 over here. Yeah, so that's for Novo Nordisk. Okay, hi Sharon, your question is next to support resistance of Tesla Dell BKTX. Okay, Tesla support wise, support might be around I think 258 and 270 about there. I would think this is the recent support. In terms of resistance, would be likely around 313 as well as this breakdown at 327 for the recent levels. it's still in the downtrend because I think quite clearly we are seeing lower highs and lower lows taking place. Yeah, that's for Tesla. Then for Dell, support resistance. For support wise, currently this 100 level is a support because the swing low over here happened two times and the third time on Friday. After the result, there was a gap down. Then next support below 100. Let's see. It's probably around this region, around 90. So there was a dip over here as well, previous level before a gap up. Resistance will be 109, this breakdown level, also a gap. Then around 116 over 116 over here. Now that's for Dell. Then VKTX, it's Viking Therapeutics. So for Viking Therapeutics, this one resistance for now maybe could be around 32 over here, 32 followed by 35. Then support wise, it's breaking under 29.5 about there recently. So okay, maybe I take a lower support level at around 25 might be a support level. 25, then 23 around there. So that's for Viking Therapeutics. This one also in a bit of a downtrend. Okay, hope we answers your question. Thanks. T for the three local banks. Okay, so that's DBS, UOB, OCBC. Okay, so this one DBS. Yeah, DBS, I think this one's still a steady uptrend or overall trading within the uptrend channel. So resistance for now, you can see for now is a bit like around 46.80. Price pulling back a little, but we still expect support to come in around the 45.30 perhaps from this swing high. So still okay. 45 previous resistance still holding the as support, then bounce, then come back. So this 45.30 also the uptrend channel area. So I think this will be a support. Resistance maybe the recent highs 47 and then the uptrend channel as well as the channel resistance that will be around 47.50 perhaps. Yeah, so this one is just looks like a slow and steady uptrend for now. Then for UOB, UOB, this one is more like a bit of a range breakout kind of pattern. So this one still holding above 38 resistance. So this will be a support. And I think if price coming to test this level, this will still be support. Then also trend line support might come from this blue line over here. So 38 will still, I think 38 will still hold. Then resistance is like 38.70 to about 39.20 this area. So a bit of a range consolidation for now. And OCBC, this one is a weaker than the other two. So this one was because previously price to the earnings was 17.60, then there was a gap down afterwards. Currently, it's holding at a key support. So this trend line support must hold for the uptrend to continue. If it does break below like 17.10, then we might see lower levels like 16.90 then or 16.60. For OCBC. Yeah, so this one a bit weaker than the other two banks in terms of the chart. Okay, next question is on this. Okay, for this, I think this one is a range bound kind of pattern. Then let me see. Yeah, so the support 107 price rebounding back upwards. Very short term wise, there's some strength because 111 over here resistance. I think it's a bit of support. Then Friday is a bit of a volume surge as well when there's a attempted breakout. So fully price can still carry on a bit of a momentum upwards. So some resistance from this week over here around 115 now. So that's the next resistance, 115, 116 resistance over there. Then followed by 118. So I think overall it's still very much trading in that range. So it might just come back to these levels and see whether there might be some resistance over there. But for the very short term rise, at least for recently, that there's a bit of a slight bullish momentum since it broke out of a bit of range for Disney. Okay, I think sorry, it's about 9:50 hours. If you have time, sorry, I can't answer all the questions. I will take the last. I'll just answer three more counters. So sorry, I can't answer everything. So first Alibaba. Alibaba, this one. Yes. Yeah, it's doing the compact test of 105. This level was a resistance in the past. Price is currently still holding around here. So for the uptrend, for the short-term uptrend to continue, this level must not break down at 130. So this is the very first level of support. Also, it's around the 10 MA level as well. So yeah, for Alibaba, 130 is the key support. 144 is the current resistance. 143 is the current resistance. We might see a bit of range consolidation for now. After a run up over here, it looks like it might do a bit of sideways. Above 144, the resistance, there's a bit of a gap in after that. Around 156 will be a next resistance for Alibaba. So I think for now, uptrend is still okay as long as it holds above the 510 MA as well as 130 this level over here. Yeah, for Alibaba. And VTD, let's see, VTD it's VTD, I'm not sure which counter you're referring to. Is it this Vietnam Stock Exchange, if I'm not wrong? Yeah, maybe I just skip this one first. I'll talk about AM. AMTD, I think, yeah, probably this AMTD idea. Yeah, for AMTD, yeah, this one is a very low volume over here. Then actually very strong downtrend after up and down in the past. Yeah, I think nothing really much I can comment. I think for now it looks like just a range consolidation between $1 to 120. So that's about it. Yeah, for AMTD idea. And let me see whether there's a possible range support in the past that I can find. Okay, maybe not. So I think this is probably like the recent lows, the new lows. So yeah, if it brings below $1, I think we can expect the downtrend to just continue itself. Yeah, for AMTD. Yeah. Um, okay, I think I will stop over here. Since about 9:15. Sorry, I'm unable to take all the questions if you have time, but feel free to post in the Poems Tree community group if you are in it already. You can post under TA all the questions that you have, then I can answer it when I see it. So I'll just stop sharing my screen now. Give me a moment. I'll drop the Q and the survey link in the chat box. Yes, just give me a moment. Okay, thanks for waiting. Yeah, I'll put it in the webinar chat. So yeah, if you feel free to leave your feedback about today's session. Can fill out the survey form. I would appreciate it. Then I can make your experience better in the future. Maybe like if you all prefer certain kind of sectors, or what if you all think like the current arrangement is good, you can give feedback as well. Also, if you're new, you can feel free to join the Chemistry community at TA. Everyone can download it back here. And also, feel free to join the Poems TA Telegram group as well. I'll post like content on TA over there also, so that you can keep up with the TA content. with these two avenues. So that's all for today's session. Thank you everyone for attending and all your questions. So hopefully it's been useful to all of you. Then yeah, that's for today. I'll see you all again in the next session. So I wish you all have a good trading week ahead and stay safe and have a great week ahead. So that's all for today. Good night everyone, and I'll see you all again. Hopefully I see you all again in the next webinar. Bye bye.